What is up, YouTube? In this video, we're going to go over the Apple Pencil Pro. This is the latest Apple Pencil that came out, and there are 3 versions now. The Apple Pencil First Gen USB-C remake, per se. You got the Apple Pencil Second Gen, and then you got this one. So the difference between the Second Gen Apple Pencil and this one are really, really minor. In fact, when you look at the two physically, they're practically the same. It's really hard to tell the difference from just looking at it. So the only differences between this one and the Second Gen Apple Pencil is a few gestures and Find My support. So you can connect to the Find My network and use it to find your pencil if you lose it for whatever reason. And the gesture support, you have a barrel roll feature where you can essentially utilize different drawing styles to get different lines and textures. And there's a gesture where you can squeeze the tip of the pencil and a special menu will appear. And I'll demonstrate this later in the video, but basically that menu will just give you quick access controls on specific apps that you use this thing for. Other than that, that's practically it. It doesn't decrease latency, so it will be a little more responsive, but it's not really noticeable, especially because both these pens are already low latency as is, so it's not worth the price hike. So that is basically it between the Second Gen and this one. Now, if you have an iPad Air M2 or any of the later iPad Pros, like the M4 or some of the M2 models, then this really is your only option, as they don't really support the Second Gen Apple Pencil because of the change in the layout of the magnets and how it connects via the charging spot up top. Because they changed how the camera is, they had to change that, and thus the pencil is updated for that. So if you try to connect an Apple Pencil Second Gen to this iPad Air, for example, it will magnetize, but not fully, and of course it won't connect. So you won't get this menu right here that you see, letting you know that it identified the pencil. So it's only worth getting an Apple Pencil Pro if you have the latest iPads and you don't really have a choice. You probably could get the First Gen and just connect it via USB-C at the bottom, but I think you should just spend the extra money and take advantage of the new features and enjoy the convenience of charging it at the top. So as I demonstrate here, the difference between the Second Gen and the Pro, I will say I got this on sale. It was the same price as the Pro, or the Second Gen, basically is $100, and I think that was worth it. Of course, this is the iPad Air M2, so there's no other pencil that will support this thing, so we kind of had no choice to get it. So if you can find this on sale, it'll be worth it. If you have an iPad that supports both, then definitely save yourself the money. I think it would benefit you in the end. It's nice to have it, but honestly, it's not worth the price hike. If you can find an Apple Pencil Second Gen a little cheaper, I would definitely do that and save yourself the money, because all in all, it's just really minor. You get the few features I mentioned, you get lower latency, but it's nothing too insane. It's going to do what you want it to do, which is draw and write perfectly fine, whether it's the Pro or the Second Gen. And here I demonstrate the Find My, so I'm going to turn it on like so. And yeah, that's basically it. You can now track it. If you lose it for whatever reason, you can now find it a lot easier. So that's basically my take on the Apple Pencil Pro. I think it's really useful if you can really take advantage of, let's say, the barrel roll function, if you're a good artist, or if you're someone that really utilizes a lot of tools, then I definitely think it will benefit you. It just make it a lot faster. But all in all, I just don't think it's worth it if you're someone that just takes notes or whatever. The Second Gen is perfectly fine, and you can save yourself a little bit of money. I hope I was able to portray the difference between the Apple Pencil Pro and the Second Gen. In this section, I'm just demonstrating the drawing with the Apple Pencil Pro on an iPad Air M2. So this is basically the full breakdown of the Apple Pencil Pro. It's not much. There's not much of a difference. So if you have one of these iPads, then, well, you kind of don't have a choice. But if you can, you just get yourself an Apple Pencil Second Gen and save yourself some money. If they decide to do a 3rd generation upgrade, which is possible, of course, we'll do our best to cover that and show the differences regarding that and the Pro. But for now, enjoy the drawing demonstration here, and I hope this helped you. If it did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions regarding about the pencil, the differences between the two, I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this. I will try to cover more about the iPads and the Apple Pencil and anything that comes out from now until then. So if it did, please stay around, stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the next video. So enjoy the demonstration, and I'll catch you then. Peace.